Hey guys, John Madden from YouGoProBaseball.com, and I wanted to know if you guys are tipping your pitches, or if you know if you're tipping your pitches, because I see a lot of guys, a lot of young guys out there, and they're tipping their pitches. Watching from the benches, you know, you can almost pick up what they're throwing before they even get into their windup. And there's a certain things that you can look for as an opposing coach or player, and you have to know this as a pitcher, what they're looking for when you're up there pitching. And one of the main things that I learned in the pros was when you're coming up, when you're setting, I have a sweatshirt on so it's kind of hard to see, but I'll pull my sleeves up. When you're setting in your windup or your stretch, sometimes you'll give the pitch away by your forearm, by your throwing forearm. Now if you're throwing a fastball and you're here in your glove, my forearm's going to be flat, and they're going to be seeing, the hitters and the coaches are going to be seeing the flat side of my forearm. If I'm throwing an off speed or a curveball or something, and I turn my wrist in my glove like I'm getting ready to throw a curveball here, okay? Also look at my glove, where my glove went. Fastball, curveball. It's a tiny difference, but you know, a skilled coach will pick that up every time. Now, what you have to be listening for guys who pick up your signs is guys on the other bench. One of the main ways to get the sign to the hitter is to say their first or last name. So first name is usually fastball. So they'll be like, "Hey, John," to the batter. The guys on the bench will be like, "Come on, John, come on, John," and that'll be saying that you're throwing a fastball. Or they'll be saying the last name as an off-speed pitch. So just listen up for anything unusual coming from the bench. You know, any more noise than normal. That's usually a tip that they've got your pitches or whatever. Another thing is a guy on second base. You gotta watch the guy on second base. Give him a couple looks, because they give pitches sometimes. They'll be standing there stealing. They'll have both their arms down, or they'll have one up, one down, or you know, touch their helmet or something. So you gotta notice and be smart to see if the guy's, you know, tipping any pitches there. So you want to be consistent with this stuff, and just kind of be aware of the game and what's going on, and try not to tip your pitches. If you're a guy like me who comes up, and I would wiggle in the glove. Now if you're gonna wiggle in the glove, you got to wiggle in the glove for everything, even if you already got your grip, because you don't want to go only wiggling when you're going to off speed, you know, and then for your fastball you're coming up and you're coming straight set. So if you're gonna wiggle, make sure you wiggle on everything. And if you're gonna spin, I used to be a spinner, so I would have the ball behind me in the stretch, and when I came up I would spin it to my grip, you know. So I would always spin it, even if I was holding. I used to hold it with the curveball, and then spin it to, you know, the fastball if I wanted. But I made sure that I would spin it, even if I wanted a curveball, I would still spin it to the same grip that I just had, just so I was always spinning it and it was consistent. I try to be consistent with my glove angle and my forearm. So it's just some things to think about when it comes to tipping pitches. And just again, be aware of noises, what they're saying, signs, what they're doing, other guys are doing, and you'll be a lot better off if they don't know what's coming.